Well, everyone, happy new year. Hope you guys had a great night, responsible evening. Gosh, I sound like a dad. Understand that we are now in a new era when it comes to crypto. We are out of the year of the halving and we are into the year of alt season. Some exciting times ahead, up only season approaching. And what this means, 2025 from an overall standpoint is the largest year of adoption we've ever seen in the crypto market, some of the biggest booms we've ever experienced, and that means face melting gains ahead. All right. Now, understand that even though right now we've been in chop and it seems like not a whole lot's going on, there are actually some very important things that have been taking place that everybody needs to be aware of. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So right now, at the time of filming this video, it looks like we've started to hit this day in full stride, which is a very good sign. ADA right now currently sitting at 86.60, again slightly broken out currently. Again, I'd love to stay in this spot right here until maybe a couple days or a week or so into January. This is a really good spot for ADA, but frankly, okay, we're seeing a lot of resilience. We had a little baby day of whale buying yesterday, nothing to really write home about, and BTC is still trying to stay on trend here. So this is what we're watching, obviously, very closely as we've now begun the new year. BTC has started, obviously, its new monthly candle on the green note, so something to monitor here as well. And what I have to say is that everything's kind of aligning perfectly. I've seen some negative comments talking about BTC not closing above 94.2 and BTC not holding above 100K, and understand that stuff doesn't really matter that much. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is, understand the move that we just made in terms of BTC. All right, this extension from all the way from our breakout, guys, it was actually a 68% move in terms of BTC since October 15th. We need cooldown, we need retracement, and right now we've been getting exactly that. And the market has been looking for essentially a point of stability, and we've been starting to get that. Yesterday was an institutional buying day, kind of a baby one. Again, not much to write home about, but it's still a very positive sign as we have now started 2025. We'll have to see what the rest of the week looks like from that. But what I will say is that a couple things that I'm watching very closely are BTC dominance. I've had some questions about that. And then USDT dominance. What is capital on the sidelines doing? All right. Now, that being said, when I look at this structure in terms of BTC dominance, guys, we're again doing exactly what we did last market cycle. And this is really going to shock people. Okay. Right now, this may not look exactly the same as here, but it is exactly the same. We have entered this chop zone, and we're waiting for this moment that everything really drops off in a big way. And why I'm highlighting this is when we look at the last market cycle and we did our drop and our chop, right? What we saw was BTC on the RSI actually drop all the way down, tap this oversold level, and then basically a dead cat bounce, a little recovery, and then kind of chopped around here, fighting this signal line up and down. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about this is when we look at this here, this current structure we're in, this is going to look very familiar. We went from overbought down to oversold, basically tap this, recovery, dead cat bounce, kind of fighting the signal line right now. We actually dip below just as we did back here, right? This dip below, we're at this March 5th time frame. All right. It's very similar to what we experienced at that time, but that's not the only similarity. All right. So when we look at USDT dominance, for example, this is really going to shock people. So while I'm watching USDT dominance is I'm watching what capital on the sideline is doing. What percentage of the crypto market does this make up? And we've been doing a very good job of consolidating here and following the trend, right? This is exactly what we did all the way back here entering 2021. You guys can see right around September is when we started to see our retracement, okay? We dropped down. We saw actually us again on the RSI go from kind of an overbought range down to an oversold range, and then little baby bounce before getting this kind of nice surge down into the oversold range once again. And this is this big extension that started right about December 20th or so. All right. Now, right now, fast forward to the current structure, and you guys can see that we've done the same thing, right? Back in August, we had this nice extension into the overbought range, and then subsequent throwback down to oversold. And then we got our bounce. We're fighting the signal line. Very similar to what we did last cycle. And what's even more similar about this, guys, is if we take a look at even the structure here, and maybe our time frame and levels were just slightly off here, But you guys can see that we're right on structure. Everything. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but we're repeating exactly what we did last cycle. The charts may not be exactly the same, but it's mimicking it. It's very, very similar. And what that means is that we may be just days away from this next USDT dominance drop off, right? Meaning that new capital is entering the space again. Think about what 2025 brings, right? A pro crypto administration. People were waiting for a moment of excitement. I'm sure some people were waiting to see what the new year was going to bring in general, and started off on a good note. And that might put people a little more at ease. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. Nobody knows what the rest of the day is going to look like. I'm filming this at 7:41 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm sure some people are not going to be awake for a while yet. Some people probably celebrated a little bit too hard last night. But even when we look at something like BTC dominance, for example, we're looking like we're very close to maybe having like maybe one more attempt at like a surge back above here. We might drop just a slightly more, then a little bit bitty baby surge above here, still again in our chop zone. But then we know what comes following here. That March 31st drop off we experienced in the last cycle in terms of BTC dominance, which is big for assets like ADA. Again, we're staying in structure. We're approaching this time frame. I mean, we might be days away from the next capital infusion in the market. We just have to be patient, let this all play out, and see what happens. So appreciate you guys as always. Again, hopefully you guys had a great evening. 2025 is now the time to lock in and prepare, because there is going to be a point where things start moving very, very quickly. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.